Nadia Comaneci is one of the most famous gymnasts in history. She won 5 Olympic gold medals in individual events and was the first gymnast to score a perfect 10 at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. But join facts first as we dig deep to unravel the dark truth of Comaneci's plight. Nadia Elena Comăneci, one of the most accomplished gymnasts of all time, was born in Onesti, Romania, November 12, 1961. Her parents, George and Stefania, separated when she was young. She was raised in the Romanian Orthodox Church with her younger brother Adrian. She was enrolled in gymnastics classes at a young age because she was full of energy and difficult to manage. She started training with a local team called Flăcăra and was later selected by Bela Karolyi to attend his experimental gymnastics school when she was 6. When Nadia was 7 in 1968, she began training with Karolyi and was among the first students at the gymnastics school. At the age of 9 in 1970, she won Romanian nationals, becoming the youngest gymnast ever to achieve this feat. She then competed as a junior in various national contests in Romania and dual meets with other countries. She achieved her first major international success at age 13 during the 1975 European Women's Artistic Gymnastic Championships in Skien, Norway. She was able to win gold medals in every event except the floor exercise, where she placed second. She continued her streak of victories that year by winning the all-around at the Champions All competition and taking first place in the all-around, vault, beam, and bars categories at the Romanian National Championships. She also dominated at the pre-Olympic test event in Montreal, winning the all-around and balance beam golds and earning silvers in the vault, floor, and bars. The harsh realities. The world of gymnastics is a highly competitive and intense one, and the story of Nadia and her coaches, Bela and Bart Conner, is a prime example. Comăneci, who scored the first 10 in Olympic history, and her fellow gymnasts were subject to brutal training and strict discipline by the Karolis. The Karolis were known for their harsh training methods and did not spare the young gymnasts under their care. In fact, they often mocked the gymnasts about their weight, and this pressure led some of them to develop eating disorders. They were so hungry at times they resorted to eating toothpaste, and they were watched when using the bathroom to prevent them from drinking water from the toilet. Former gymnast Radica Dunca spoke about the extreme measures that the coaches took to control the gymnasts. They were constantly monitored, even when they were showering, to ensure they did not drink water. The gymnasts were beaten for not meeting their strict standards, and they considered themselves lucky if they only received a beating. The Karolis' abusive behavior did not go unnoticed, and the communist regime was aware of what was happening at the gymnastics camp. Communist officials intervened at times to diffuse tensions, but the abuse continued. Eventually, the Karolis defected to the U.S. in 1981, the same day President Ronald Reagan was shot. Despite their controversial reputation, the Karolis continued to coach and train gymnasts in the U.S., with Bela coaching Mary Lou Retton to a gold medal in the 1984 Olympics, and Marta leading the gold medal-winning U.S. team in the 1996 Atlanta Games. But their coaching methods continued to come under scrutiny, with allegations of abuse and neglect emerging from their Texas-based Karolyi Ranch, where convicted pedophile and sports doctor Larry Nassar carried out his sexual assault against dozens of young girls. Moment leading to her escape. In 1981, Nadia was invited by the Gymnastics Federation to join an official tour of the U.S. named Nadia 81, along with her coaches. It was during this tour that she encountered Bart Conner, an American gymnast, for the third time in her life. While sharing a bus trip with Conner and other American gymnasts, Nadia was struck by his friendly and fun nature. But things took a dramatic turn on the last day when Comăneci's coaches and the Romanian team choreographer defected, leaving her behind. Despite Karolyi's hinting to Comăneci that he might attempt to defect and asking if she wanted to join, she had no interest in leaving Romania at the time. After that, her life in Romania changed dramatically, with officials strictly monitoring her actions and refusing to allow her to travel outside the country, fearing she would defect as well. However, she was allowed by the government to attend the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles as part of the Romanian delegation. Meanwhile, a number of communist nations were boycotting the event. There were rumors that Romania went to the Olympics because of an agreement with the United States not to accept defectors. However, Comăneci only watched the matches rather than taking part as a member. She was closely watched by the Romanian delegation and not allowed to speak with her former coach. Following the Summer Olympics, she retired. Despite that, she was restricted by the Romanian government from leaving the country, except for a few trips to Moscow and Cuba. However, things took a drastic turn a few years later. On November 27, 1989, just weeks before the Romanian Revolution, she defected with a group of other Romanians. They were led by Constantin Panay, a Romanian who later became a U.S. citizen after defecting, as they crossed the border between Hungary and Romania near Synod. The journey was difficult and dangerous, mostly on foot and at night. They traveled through Hungary and Austria before finally being able to take a plane to the U.S. Hell after escape. After fleeing Romania, the gymnastics star was held captive by Constantin Panay, the man who had helped her defect, for 3 months. In her first extensive interview regarding her relationship with him, Comăneci stated he had stolen $150,000 that she had earned from her appearances throughout the U.S. after her defection. She denied any romantic involvement with Panay, a married man and father of 4, and stated that she joined him only after he offered to help her escape from Romania. She claimed he dictated her every move and threatened to send her back to Romania if she did not say what he told her to. She said she had no one else to turn to in the U.S. or Canada and had no way of contacting her former coach, Bela Karolyi. Panay fled with the money 3 days after they arrived in Montreal to visit a friend of Karolyi's. She got her freedom when Alexandru Stefu, who now serves as Comăneci's manager, contacted Panay and arranged a major contract for Nadia. Despite suffering inhumanely at the hands of Panay, Nadia decided not to take any legal action. Happy ending. Nadia Comăneci relocated to Oklahoma in 1991 to help her friend and fellow Olympic gold medalist Bart Conner with his gymnastics school. She eventually hired Paul Ziert, who was living with the Conner family, as her manager. Although Comăneci and Conner were friends at first, they got engaged after 4 years together. Established in 1994, the Nadia Comăneci International Invitational has been an annual event ever since, attracting gymnastics who compete in various levels, ranging from USAG Level 4 to 10. It also hosted elite international competitions in the mid-2010s, with notable attendees like Rebecca Andrade in 2013. Comăneci returned to Romania in 1996 for her wedding to Conner, which was held in Bucharest after the fall of the communist regime. After Nadia's return to Romania, the government treated her as a national hero. Her wedding was televised live across the country, and the reception was held at the former presidential palace. They guest starred on the Season 3 finale of Touched by an Angel on May 18, 1997, where they performed a brief floor exercise within a montage scene. Nadia became a naturalized U.S. citizen in 2001 while still retaining her Romanian citizenship. Comăneci and Conner welcomed their son Dylan in 2006. In July 2012, she was invited to be the keynote speaker at the 50th Annual Independence Day Naturalization Ceremony at Monticello, marking the first time an athlete had been given this honor. Additionally, in October 2017, a section of the Olympic Park in Montreal was named Place Nadia Comăneci to commemorate her achievements. Now it's time to hear from you. Which part of this story was most surprising to hear about? Let us know in the comments section below.